You'll find all of these parts in the box. It'll be up to you to install them into your machine. So, starting on the right, we have our scaler line, which comes with the machine, with the wrench, and 5 tips. After which we have the 2 Midwest 4-hole hoses, and they can go with whatever handpiece you wish to put on them, be it a high speed or a low speed. Especially with a coupler. After the last M4 hose, we have our suction device, which you can either use the high volume or the saliva ejector. And then finally at the end, we have our air and water syringe, which will come with the needle removed to be installed like that. So for the water system, we have bottles labeled 1 and 2. They can either both be filled with water, or you can have a saline solution in one, whatever your needs are. So if you look right here, the bottles screw on with the tubes inside into the receivers labeled 1 and 2. So once you've filled the bottles, screw them all the way in. Here's the water control side. We have 3 water control knobs that adjust the volume of water, starting with the handpiece on the left, and then next to the right, and then finally this is the water volume for the scaler, and this is the frequency control for the scaler. So we've got drive air and the chip air for both of the handpiece tubes. So as you could see on the other side, we had a bottle labeled 1 and a bottle labeled 2. Here is the selector switch. Right now it's currently set to 1. Now it is set to 2. And here is the main water shutoff. So now the water is off. Now the water is on. Okay, this is the suction collection bottle where all the saliva and various fluids that get picked up by our vacuum system get deposited. You don't want to let this get too full, because gross. Power in. Height adjustment. This is the bleed valve for the 5-liter compressor tank valve. In order to drain the tank after use, you have to twist this, making sure not to twist it too far or else it'll come out. As you can see, we recommend that you drain the tank weekly, but that is the absolute bare minimum because when placed under pressure, the water comes out of the air and will coat the inside of your tank. So you need to drain the air and the water out of your tank or else the inside will rust. I recommend doing it pretty much daily, but weekly would be the absolute minimum that you'd want to do. And main power in for the entire unit, fuse, and main power switch. So to adjust the height, all you do, watching your fingers, carefully loosen off the bolt, lift to your desired height, and tighten back. Once you've got all your stuff set up, it's very easy to start the system up. All you have to do is plug it into the wall and make sure that the main switch is on, and the compressor will start filling its tank. So here's the foot pedal. It has 3 switches on it. There is the water switch for on and off. There is the main pedal control, and there is the suction control. The cart has 2 locking wheels, as it is mobile. The compressor itself has a separate switch. Right now it's in the on position, and that is in the off position. So the compressor can be off while the whole unit is on, but if the whole unit is off, everything's off. Here's the tank pressure readout, and an emergency purge valve. On this side, we have the output pressure that we use to pressurize the system. It is set to 0.6 megapascals when it comes. If you have to reset it, pull up and turn the knob to adjust, and then put back down. Underneath, you'll see this, which will collect any water that's coming through the system before it gets up top. This can be purged out by pressing up on the valve.